Despite the high cost of living, it remains popular. Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgie, and this is Cabodano, a band I have never heard of. Okay, maybe a little bit. No, okay. About 3 years ago, I did a song by Cabodano. They emailed me and said, we've got a song, listen to it. So I did the video. Great. And then they said, oh, thanks for that. We'd like to send you the album. And I was like, free CD. How about yes? So in the end, so they sent me a t-shirt, which if you've been watching the channel for the last 3 years, you would have seen me wearing on and off. In fact, I've worn it so many times. Look at it, it's wearing out. It's actually fraying, coming up. Look, ooh, it's coming apart. And they sent me the album and it turned up. And then I went, oh, hang on a minute. I don't have anything to play this on. This is from the past. This is from the distant past. So this is their album from 3 years ago. So I was like, oh, okay, now what do I do? I'm stuck. Because though I'm old, not everything I own is old. So I don't have any cassette players. But this is magical. Are you ready? It's actually a pen drive. This is genius. I think I was so delighted with this that I've dug it out again to show you again, basically, is like next opportunity, that it's actually the album digitally on a pen drive in this fantastic packaging. Look, you even get the whole fold out sleeve thing with all the lyrics on, which I definitely cannot read because it's in Galician. I think that's the right way of saying it, from Galicia, which is the very, if you look at Spain and Portugal there, and then just above Portugal, there's a bit more Spain. They're from right there, which is Galicia. They've got their own language, which is like Portuguese, but said and spelt in the Spanish way, I think. Definitely don't quote me on that, because that's an old memory. But yeah, how cool is this? Because I literally got the album and went, oh, that's not what I was expecting. I thought I was going to get a CD, and then ta-da! That's cool. Maybe it's not cool, maybe it's just me, but I think it's cool. So anyway, so yes, so this, just to be clear, so this song, we'll get there, which I am now going to mispronounce for you as No Lombo dun Corvo. Cabodano are now laughing. Translates into English as On the Back of a Crow. I could not find a cover for it, and I don't know whether there's a forthcoming album, because they didn't say that. They just said they had a new song out, because they've emailed me again. I'm saying all this in the wrong order. So here's this album cover. This is the last album from like 3 years ago or something. But I assume there's a new one, but here's the new song from them. So having said all that, so I put this on my iPod 3 years ago, and it's still there now. I listened to this literally like last week. It's kind of raw, but really good, where you just go, it's one of those things that you listen to and at first you think, oh, it's a bit of a noise, but in a good way, just to be clear. And then you kind of go, hang on, no, it isn't. There's a lot more to this. And it's actually a pretty good quality thing that I still listen to now 3 years later. And I've still got the t-shirt and I'm proudly wearing it. So I was very pleased because, of course, you don't know what happens to bands after 3 years. They could have disappeared or whatever. And then bing, I get an email from them just at Christmas time. In fact, I think I got it on Christmas Day, if I remember rightly. So yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, I did. I literally got it on Christmas Day. So here we are. So this song, they tell me in the email, is about the atrocities committed in China by the Japanese in the Second World War. So it's pretty heavy stuff. Cabodano, if you want to comment and let people know if there is an album coming, even if you don't know what it's called or when it's coming, just is there one coming? But for now, cop for this. I haven't heard this, by the way. I didn't listen to it in advance, but I'm fairly confident it's going to be good. How's that for a pretty quick punch in the face? It's still got that rawness to it, but it's so well done. It's just so well done. It's just full of energy, and it just literally slaps you about the face. You can really definitely have a good jump around in your car or in your kitchen to that one. His voice is fairly uncompromising, but what I will say is my iPod is absolutely full of death metal bands and stuff, but if I hear his voice, I know who it is, like, pow, I go, aha, Cabodano. So he has a voice that in some way is unique. This won't make sense to people who are not really into their sort of harsh, growly music, but sometimes you just hear a voice and you go, I know who that is, straight away. It's great, isn't it? It's great, admit it. And I hope there is another album on the way. I'm sure there is. Just to be clear, this is not it, right? This is the last one, but this is definitely, go and pick this up. Bandcamp, it's on Bandcamp. Go to Bandcamp and get this. It's great. I do not speak their language, right? So I'm not going to pretend for a second I know what all of the words were, but it's just got that energy and that attitude, and it's death metal anyway. Even if I could speak language, it doesn't mean I would know what the words were. And it just blasts along really, really well. That's only like 3 minutes 50 seconds or something, so it's not the longest song in the world. But it charges along. I'd quite like a longer song from that. I think they've definitely got the musical chops to be able to do longer songs and have a big solo. But if that's not them, then don't do it, obviously. What do I know? Yeah, Cabodano, a band that came out of nowhere for me and has stuck around ever since for the last 3 years. And every time one of their songs comes on, I hear his voice, or I hear the style that me did, not just his voice, but you know, the band, and I always like, bing, I know who this is. And you know, there's a lot of death metal, black metal, harsh, growly stuff on my iPod. It's a big iPod. It's not even an iPod. I just call it an iPod for simplicity's sake. But on my media player, and I always know who this is as soon as it comes on. So they've got something that makes them who they are. And you do have this just slightly raw sound, which I love. I think really goes with what they do. So yeah, Cabodano are back. I still, every time I see this, it makes me smile. It's just a genius bit of packaging. But anyway, there you go. Let me know what you think. Hopefully, we'll get some more stuff from them soon. See you soon. Bye-bye.